Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that explores the complexities of love, trust, and betrayal, one that might just hit home for some of you. Imagine finding out your spouse is cheating with your best friend. Sounds like a plot twist straight out of a movie, right? Well, stay tuned as we unravel this emotional roller coaster filled with heartache and hope. You won't want to miss how it all unfolds, so make sure to stick around until the end. And if you enjoy the story, don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow for more gripping tales and heartfelt moments. Let's get into it. I never thought it would come to this. Sitting in my living room, surrounded by the echoes of laughter that once filled these walls, I find myself staring at the screen of my phone, a pit forming in my stomach. It was a regular Tuesday evening when the message popped up, shattering my world. Hey, did you know about Rachel and Tom? I knew the sender, a friend from work. At first, I dismissed it. Rachel was my wife, and Tom was one of my best friends. They'd known each other for years, bonded over weekend barbecues and late-night gaming sessions. The thought of them being anything more than friends seemed absurd, but something in the pit of my stomach told me to dig deeper. I spent the next hour trying to shake it off, convincing myself it was just a rumor. Rachel had always been the more social one, the life of the party, while I was the steady anchor. But as I stared at the photos of us on the wall, smiling faces, happy memories, I felt a creeping unease. Hey, honey, how was your day? I asked when she walked in, trying to keep my voice steady. It was good. Just the usual at work, she replied, her smile bright but her eyes darting away. A small detail, but enough to send my mind racing. I decided to confront the situation head-on. After dinner, I casually asked Rachel about Tom. Have you talked to him lately? I tried to keep my tone light. She hesitated. Not really. Just the usual text here and there. Her response felt rehearsed. That night, sleep eluded me. I lay awake, heart racing as I recalled moments, flirtatious glances, shared secrets. The more I thought about it, the more my imagination ran wild. Could she be cheating? I felt sick at the thought. The next day, I made a choice. I wouldn't confront Rachel just yet. I needed to gather more information. I casually asked Tom about Rachel during our lunch break. Hey, have you guys hung out recently? He shrugged, oblivious to the tension behind my question. Not really. Just the usual texts. She's been busy with work, I think. His nonchalant demeanor only added fuel to my growing suspicion. I began to keep tabs, checking Rachel's phone when she wasn't looking, noting the times she went out for girls' nights. The rational part of me screamed that I was being paranoid, but my heart had already started its downward spiral. Then came the day I found it. The definitive proof I never wanted. I was going through her phone while she took a shower, hoping to find something innocent. Instead, I stumbled upon a string of texts that made my heart stop. Can't wait to see you tonight. Just us, like old times. My hands trembled as I scrolled through more messages. Heart emojis, plans to meet up at a secluded park, and countless, I miss you, notes exchanged between Rachel and Tom. The realization crashed over me like a wave. I was being cheated on. I could hardly breathe. Anger, betrayal, and sadness collided inside me. I had to confront her. But how? My mind raced with possibilities, but nothing felt right. I decided to wait, to gather more evidence, to confront them together. That weekend, I pretended to be normal. I accompanied Rachel to a friend's birthday party, playing the role of the loving husband. But inside, I was a storm of fury and heartbreak. Watching her laugh with Tom, seeing the easy camaraderie they shared, only stoked the fire of my jealousy. The moment I saw her touch his arm, a playful gesture that lingered too long, I felt something snap inside me. I knew I couldn't wait any longer. That night, when we returned home, I finally broke. Rachel, we need to talk, I said, my voice steady despite the chaos inside me. About what? She looked up, her smile fading. About you and Tom. I didn't beat around the bush. Her eyes widened, a mix of surprise and fear. What do you mean? I saw the texts, Rachel. Don't deny it. Her face paled, and for a moment, she looked like a deer caught in headlights. I can explain. Explain what? How long has this been going on? I could feel the heat rising in my chest. "Please, let me talk," she pleaded, her voice trembling. "It was a mistake. I never meant for it to happen." "A mistake? You've been planning meetups with him, Rachel? How can you call that a mistake?" I felt rage bubbling over, the betrayal slicing through me like a knife. Tears streamed down her face. "I was lonely, okay? You were always so busy with work, and Tom was there for me. I didn't want to hurt you. Did you ever think about how I'd feel? You're my wife. We were supposed to be a team." I couldn't hold back the hurt any longer. "I know, I know. I'm so sorry," she sobbed. "I messed up, but I love you. Please, just give me a chance to make it right." The words hung in the air, heavy and suffocating. Love. Did I still love her? Or was it just the memory of the woman I thought I knew? I felt torn, trapped between my loyalty to the person I'd married and the deep betrayal that had shattered our trust. "Rachel, I don't know if I can forgive you," I admitted, my voice breaking. "I'll do anything. I'll cut ties with him. Just please don't leave me," she begged, desperation etched across her face. Her plea echoed in my mind. I wanted to believe her, to trust her again, but how could I? That night, I moved to the couch, leaving her in the bedroom. Tears soaking her pillow, I spent hours wrestling with my thoughts. The next day, I couldn't face her. Instead, I went to Tom's apartment. I needed answers. When he opened the door, surprise flickered across his face. "Hey man, what's up?" He stepped aside, letting me in. "Cut the crap, Tom. I know about you and Rachel." My voice was low but filled with fury. His expression shifted from surprise to guilt. "I didn't mean for it to go that far. We were just connecting." "Connecting? You knew she was married." I took a step closer, fists clenched at my sides. "I didn't want to hurt you," he said, guilt-ridden. "It just happened. Do you think that makes it okay?" I shot back. "You're my best friend. How could you do this to me?" "I'm sorry, really," he muttered. "But you need to talk to Rachel. It's not just on me." His words rang hollow. I couldn't believe I was standing there, confronting my best friend about my wife's betrayal. My world felt upside down. After a long, tense conversation, I left Tom's apartment, the weight of betrayal heavier than ever. I returned home to find Rachel waiting, her face a mask of anxiety. "Did you talk to him?" she asked. "Yeah, I did," I replied, my voice flat. "What did he say?" "Just the same excuses you gave me." I shot back, the anger bubbling up again. "I'm sorry, I really am. Please, let's work on this together," she pleaded. But could we? I couldn't shake the feeling of betrayal, the gnawing doubt that now colored every memory we'd built together. In the weeks that followed, we tried couples therapy. It was an effort, but every session felt like I was digging through layers of hurt. We talked about the betrayal, about loneliness and neglect. Rachel seemed sincere in her desire to fix things, but I struggled to find my footing. I went through the motions, trying to rebuild trust, but every little thing reminded me of her infidelity. I found myself pulling away, building walls around my heart to protect myself from further hurt. I began to question everything: our shared dreams, our future. One night, after a particularly tense therapy session, I came home to find Rachel in tears. "I'm scared you're going to leave," she confessed. "I don't know what to do, Rachel. I love you, but it's hard to forget what happened. I'll spend every day proving to you how much I love you. Just please don't give up on us," she whispered. Her determination struck a chord within me, and I realized I had to make a choice. Either I would forgive her and commit to rebuilding our marriage, or I would walk away, leaving behind the woman I loved and the life we'd built together. That night, I chose to stay. We embraced, both knowing the road ahead would be challenging. Trust, once broken, takes time to mend. And though the scars of betrayal lingered, I knew that love was still there, waiting patiently for a chance to heal. Together, we stepped into the uncertain future, hoping to find the other side of trust.